What's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka vypermajik, and today I want to talk to you guys about my opinions on this wild internet uproar when it comes to modding. Today, Valve announced that they were going to start monetizing all their mods if the creator chooses to do so. The arrangements of the agreement are pretty simple. If you make a mod on Steam and somebody buys it, the mod creator will get 25% of the sale and Valve will get the remaining 75%. Now, I'm sure that Valve has got partnerships with the other companies. Right now, it's only one, being Bethesda, and the game only being Skyrim. And I'm sure they have a partnership with them, so they're probably not getting all the percentage. The fact that they're getting any just shows how amazingly, wildly successful Steam has become that they're actually able to do this. However, it's a new source of revenue for game developers and a new source of revenue for modders. So if this works, this could turn into be a somewhat lucrative business for everyone. Now, a lot of people are arguing on the percentages and is it morally ethic that you can basically make a living, and what if your patch changes my mod and my mod breaks and all that sort of stuff. And you're absolutely right. It is a turbulent time right now. This is hot off the press, and modding has been around for a very long time, but it's always been free. I remember playing a Wolfenstein Beavis and Butthead mod when I was a young boy. And it was hysterical. All the sound effects were replaced with Beavis and Butthead. All the character models were replaced with Beavis and Butthead. It was just a lot of fun and it was really stupid. Now, modding has obviously gotten a little bit more advanced than that. It's created entirely new games like Counter-Strike or Dota. And it's been responsible for pushing games in new directions and prolonging the experience by adding different elements. Now, some mods are very dinky in Beavis and Butthead in scope, and some of them are very big in scope, like entirely deleting factions or creating brand new story content for players to go out and explore. But up until now, mods have been free. Mods have primarily been free, at least in my opinion, because there was really no good way to sell them. Yeah, you could set up a website where you had some sort of PayPal, but it was really hard to get a storefront going. And not only that, there's a lot of legal issues in terms of can you actually sell a mod if you don't own the original content, that sort of thing. As a result, most mods were free. But let me tell you something. If a modder could make money doing their hobby, they would. There is a reason a lot of these YouTube videos have ads in front of them. Think about it. So don't be too hypocritical yet, okay? So, how does this work? Well, as I mentioned, Steam is going to start selling these mods. Right now, they're testing it out on Skyrim. So, I'm going to show you guys the store, and you guys be the judge and tell me if you think it's a good investment or not. Okay, here we are over on the Steam community page. This is the splash page for the new Skyrim mod. Every time you load it up, this guy will change, featuring a different, highlighting a different type of mod or different kind of weapon. So, they're obviously investing some pretty decent stuff into this page. Some goofy weapons that appear here. Anyways, let's go through it briefly and then we'll dive into the store. A couple things I wanted to point out. Creators can choose if they want it to be free content or paid content. And on top of that, they can charge what they feel it is worth, which is kind of interesting. Purchases can be refunded within 24 hours of your purchase, no questions asked. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. However, there is a little bit of concern when it comes to that, and it is right here. What happens if a mod that I bought breaks? Sometimes one mod may modify it. If you find a mod that is broken, it is best to politely ask for help. Yeah. Now, this creates a pretty toxic environment, and this is one of the reasons I am not a fan of paying for stuff that is not quote-unquote vetted through official companies. Steam Greenlight is a perfect example of this. How many games have people bought in either through that or Kickstarter, these developmental games that just fizzle out? When you're buying a mod, you're getting it to work at that point. But if a patch comes by later and it breaks your mod and the developer doesn't want to repair it, you're out of luck. What if you ask politely and he says no? Whoops. That turns me off a lot. And I bet a lot of other people aren't too happy about it either. But let's go ahead and open up the store and we'll actually look at some of this stuff so you can get an idea for what the costs are and what the content is. First of all, before I dive into the content on the left, on the right-hand side, they've added a really nice filtering system. You can select between paid and free. And then within the paid mods, here is all the potential mods in the game. Do you want to change the foliage? Do you want to change the graphics? or the NPCs, or weapons, or worlds, or stealth. The list goes on and on and on and on. So you can filter it. It's a nice little tool if you're looking for something specific. On the left-hand side, here's some of the mods that are currently out right now. You can buy a sword mod, which is just a skin for 49 cents. If you really like the sword and you want it, you can buy it. If you want Wet and Cold, which is a little different mod in terms of overall graphics and look and feel and stuff, you could get that too. Here's more swords again. Those are easy ones to look at. Do you like the way that that looks? If you do, you might want to buy it. Now, I want to show you guys something. So everyone's getting in an uproar here. I'm going to click on free mods now. I'm going to turn off paid mods. Okay. Here are the free mods. A new home in the game. Weapons. Armor. Campfires. More weapons. More weapons. The list goes on and on and on and on. How many times does it go on? To the tune of freaking 840. Okay. 840 pages of free stuff you pay nothing for. So if I'm a developer for a mod and I'm trying to think of a cool way to make money, I'm going to have to probably think a little harder than this sword to make some money, because there's thousands of them for free, which probably look very similar. And the problem that I am experiencing with this, and one of the reasons that I'm advising you all to stay away, at least for the time being, is this is the Wild West. There is no guarantee that this guy made this sword, and there's been reports of people going on other modding sites and just uploading the mod here and selling it for $1 or $2. Steam is notoriously poor at customer service. They have always been. As a matter of fact, there's no way to contact them through any other means than email. And it's slow and it's cumbersome and it's not worth it. So if you get screwed or you find something's wrong here, good luck trying to get your money back, or good luck trying to not notify them so the next sap doesn't come in line and just fall into the same trap you did. And I'm not a big fan of that right now. Now, I do like the idea of mods being sold. I think that's going to create a new talent pool. I think a lot of people who might have been on the fence now see that this could potentially be a lucrative business, potentially a full-time lucrative business, if they make good mods and they put a lot of time into it and it's something worth investing. A lot of these games that we get are on sale at the time. I bought Skyrim for $4.99. So yeah, if I spend an extra $20 on the game, I'm still well below the regular asking price of the game of $49.99. So yeah, I've got some money to burn if I think it's something that's really worthwhile for me. If that's something that I'm truly interested in. And again, if it's something that, you know, I'm not interested in, I'm obviously not going to do it. Now, developers are going to start, you know, building this up more, and people can start rating it and give comments, and the cream is going to rise to the top, and some of the things that stink aren't going to be so great anymore, and that's just the way it's going to happen. So you got to give this some time. If you're, you know, if you want to be an early adopter of this, I just caution that, you know, it's still working. Prices are going to be normalized. Content is going to get better because it's going to be more competitive, and I think that's just important to notice. So just to give an overview of it, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. The overall review that I've seen online and the overall feeling of this has been wildly unpopular. However, I encourage people to think that, again, this is an entirely optional service. No one's forcing you to buy anything. Developers may start creating their own mods as like a goofy type of DLC. We may end up seeing that soon, although I doubt it. They'd probably just go ahead and charge it on their own. But I've already seen reports of ex-Maxis employees defecting and going off to cities and creating mods there. So could that mod eventually work its way to the Steam community and be sold? Absolutely. Again, this could be a good thing if it is done correctly. Understand that there is greed always, and that money, when money's involved, morals and ethics go right out the window. That always happens. However, I encourage you guys to be mindful of this and think, you know, maybe this could be somewhat good for the game because we may end up getting some meaningful content that works its way out of it. We might not. We don't know. It's too soon to tell. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this. Does this whole mod site work for you? Is it something that you're really interested in, or is it something that you'd rather just pass on? As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.